Are we allowed to have a guest ask the question?
Absolutely.
All right.
Especially if it's Charlie.
There you go.
Well, as I think that we have to throw a disclaimer out that he hasn't seen this question. I barely saw the question. But here we are. This is Stanley from Santee asks, was the Civil War era Maynard Carbine a breech loader or a lever action?
And then we have an actual, before you answer, show the actual picture. We're going to actually show the picture. He provided a picture
before Sam answers. We're going to show the picture.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that you can see. So here's why we're asking, or here's why Stanley from Santee is asking, was the Civil War era Maynard Carbine a breech loader or a lever action? There it is. Can you see it, Sam?
Yeah.
Okay, so there it is.
I've seen this in pictures. I've heard of it, usually in reference to, it's like the also ran with the Sharps carbine. I'm not really familiar with the firearm, though.
Oh,
From
right.
the
Let's go back to Sam.
of it,
Let's go back to Sam. So go ahead. Was it a breech loader or a lever action?
well, this is just me going off of what I see in the picture because, as I said, I really don't know anything about the Maynard carbine other than the name and that it existed and was used in the Civil War. Lever action and breech loading are not necessarily mutually inclusive, and they're not mutually exclusive. Usually, what we think of when we hear lever action is a repeating firearm that uses a manual lever to cycle the action. That has usually a tubular magazine, sometimes a box magazine. And I see an open breech there, but I don't see a magazine. So I'm going to say, single shot breech loader using a lever to open the action, which was not a super uncommon mechanism at the time. I know the Hall rifle and Hall carbine used sort of a lever to open the action, but they were only single shot weapons. There were a few others that, again, I'm really like, the listeners obviously know that I'm not good with Civil War firearms, so they keep asking about them because they want to get a special prize.
Well, you're in Virginia. You got to get good at Civil War firearms if you live in Virginia. So I'm sorry. Go ahead. What's your answer? Go ahead.
I'm going to say single shot breech loader using a lever to work the breech, but not a lever action as we would. It's lever action, Jim, but not as we know it. Okay. Not a repeating firearm.
Okay, we have a video. We have a video answer. So we're going to play the video here.
Oh.
Right?
That is weird.
Very unique. Boom. So technically, this is a breech loader. It does have a lever, but the action is not lever action because, like you very intelligently pointed out and thought it through, there is no magazine. There's no magazine for the lever to work from. So it's a breech loader. When the gun's lever was depressed, the barrel rose, opening the breech for loading. Afterwards, the lever was raised to close the gun's breech. Once cocked, the loaded weapon could be primed by either placing a percussion cap, which is what we just saw, a percussion cap directly on its nipple, or by using Maynard's priming system to advance a primer to the nipple. So there you go. You got it right. I think that when people give me feedback on your segment, Sam, on Stump My Nephew, the way that you like deduct your way through it, is that right? I got an approving nod from Dakota, so I think I used the word correctly. But the way you use deductive reasoning to get to your answer when you're not quite sure, you don't know the answer, that's everybody's favorite part. So I think this was about as good an example of you doing that as I've ever seen, because I wouldn't have thought of that. But so there you go, man.
Well,
are you looking to clean, lubricate and protect your firearm with a green engineered product which has been battlefield tested and proven best to protect your firearm investment? Seal One is the revolutionary liquid cleaner that cuts through carbon buildup and protects against copper, lead, and future fouling. Clean, lube, and protect in one with Seal One. Ask your local gun shop or log on to seal1.com.
I really liked the video demonstration, video explanation, because that's like that's really bizarre as a transitional stage between your muzzle loaders, or there were a few, like again the Hall sort of quasi breech loaders that did not use fixed ammunition, so you have to load in the powder and the ball, and then deal with either a flintlock, put powder in the flash pan, or if it's a percussion system, put the percussion cap on there or advance the tape. But as we saw in the video, you have a brass cartridge case that clearly has powder and bullet in it, or powder and ball in the parlance of the time, but no internal primer. So it has 2 out of 3. That's weird. I've never seen something like that demonstrated. That's really interesting.
Pretty interesting. And if memory serves, it came in 50 caliber, 52 caliber, and there's like some other weird caliber, something really, really small, something in the 30s. But the 2 primary calibers were 50 and 52, I believe, if memory serves. But you're right. It is kind of a weird, kind of a missing link between eras of firearms. It's the Tyrannosaurus Rex with feathers, is what we just saw there. Okay, that
this is one of the cool things about
no, Mike. It was nothing like that.
Researching old and obscure firearms is that, like, we know where we are now and we know where we started, but there are all of these intermediate steps of example, repeating bolt action military rifles were common before box magazines were widespread. And so there was this period of a few short years in like the 1880s or thereabouts that there were smokeless powder repeating bolt action rifles that used tubular magazines like you would expect out of a shotgun or a lever action rifle these days, or things like that, where it's, okay, clearly fixed ammunition is the way of the future. It enables breech loading systems to really work properly, and it's a lot faster, but we haven't put the primer in the case yet. It still uses a percussion cap. That's, as you said, a missing link.
There you go. Charlie, what do you think, man? You nailed it.
I'm always impressed. Always impressed that he knows all this stuff and works his way through them.
Have you ever sent in a question, Charlie?
I have not, because I don't. Everything that I can find out, I assume Sam knows.
All right. Well, I'm giving you a homework assignment. We have 1 week just to send in Sam a question. I want to see what a Charlie question would look like, and try to stump him, man. Like, if he keeps getting them right, he gets all arrogant and cocky.
Feels good about himself.
Walking around the house like he owns the place.
Can't fit him to the door.
Yeah. So we got him.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I've said it before, everything I know, or most of the stuff I know, is publicly accessible. You can go find it in a book anywhere. So that means that you can also find the stuff I don't know in a book anywhere. It's not difficult.
I actually have a really old book about guns, and I'm going to bring it in, and maybe we can find some questions in it.
Stump
old
him?
stuff. Good.
Yeah, I have I don't know exactly what year it was published. I want to say it was like 1918 or something. It's like a really old manual that has like specs and stuff for guns.
So even before Ted Nugent.
Yes. Yeah, this actually was even before. I love books. I just like buy random books. I can't help myself. It's probably a problem. And so I was not even into guns yet, didn't even own a gun yet. I was like 19, and I just like saw this book at a thrift store and was like, oh, this looks so old. Like, I want a really old book. So I bought it. And then later on, years later, got into guns. So just kind of funny and random. But it's a old catalog kind of looking thing.
Foreshadowing. We call
Yes.
that foreshadowing.
Yeah. Also, I just want to clarify: the nod of approval was not saying that you used the word correctly. It was like close enough.
Okay.
The word is deduce.
All right.
Deduct means to like subtract something.
Well, thank you. I appreciate. Glad we got.
Had to bring that back around.
Glad I got corrected on air like that. That's fantastic. We'll cut that part out, Rich. Anyway, so we're leaving that on the cutting room
Everyone
floor.
knew what you meant. It's fine.
That'll never cut that in post.
Earlier, you had said 59 states, by the way.
Yes,
Just throw out-
I heard
yeah, the
that
49. I didn't want to interrupt
Did
your
I?
flow.
Yes,
yeah, you
yeah.
said 59.
Oh my gosh. Anything else? I mean,
When did you get the other 10?
There were a few flubs today,
All right.
but it's okay.
no,
It's all right.
End of the year, we got to get
Christmas.
all of our flubs out. You know.
So, all right, I'm going to ask you guys both another question before we go. Give us something you're really excited about. Sam, we'll start with you. Something you're really excited about, Second Amendment wise, and it doesn't have to be some big national thing. Maybe it's something about the show or something about your collection or what you want to do or your training, or maybe it is something national or statewide or whatever. Anything you're really excited about. In 2026, Second Amendment related, Sam, what do you got?
Oh boy. Well, I live in Virginia. I don't know if you're fans of state level politics at all.
Well, I know that Virginia, it didn't go real well in your elections.
No, and I was absolutely expecting it to go the way it did. I don't know why people are so surprised about it. But you said something I'm excited about, not something I'm concerned about. So I'll try to I'll frame it in a positive way.
Okay.
I'm excited for Virginia's inevitable slate of bans on features and on magazines and stuff like that to get tied up in court and hopefully go all the way to the Supreme Court, so that when our assault weapons ban, that's probably going to pass in a month or two, gets struck down, then all of yours will as well. But that's kind of a pipe dream that's just
The only way to make a negative a
fingers
positive.
crossed.
So you're excited about winning. You're fighting and winning is what you're excited about. To crush your
I'm
enemies.
excited about the
See them driven before
crap
you.
that the state legislature passes. Yeah.
All right. That's something to be excited about. I like it. Sir Charles, what about you, man? What are you excited about in 2026 that's Second Amendment related?
So I'm excited that this is the year that John Petrolino is able to make it to events. He won't be able to make it to SHOT.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
But I know.
Wait. He's not making it to SHOT?
He's not making it to SHOT.
This
yes.
slacker.
He's,
What is going on?
I know.
with this guy?
He's going to be in the Gulf of America, living a Jimmy Buffett lifestyle, living on a boat.
Will he call me again?
Will he call you?
Like ever again?
He called me when we were in Utah. He couldn't make it, but he called me.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he will. I'm sure
not
he
taking
will.
his
But
call. At SHOT, if I see you talking to him on the phone, I'm hanging that up. That is, I am tired of his excuses. I'm starting to question his commitment to us, frankly. To all
right,
of us.
I know, right? We need to. Yeah, I hear you. Anyway, so
what do
after,
you mean? So wait.
So,
John Petrolino is going to make it to what? GRPC?
So we're going to make it to 2 weeks after SHOT is the Great American Outdoor Show in Harrisburg. So we're doing that opening weekend. He is, I'm very 99% sure he's making it to the NRA annual meetings this year.
Oh, wow. All right.
So you need to make sure you put that on the schedule. And I think this is the year he can make it to Gun Rights Policy Conference. So it's great to go to these things and hang out with your people, which is awesome. Something else I'm looking forward to is my son bought a handgun last year, and I bought him a holster, and then I bought a holster. We have similar guns. I bought a holster like in Appendix IWB that I don't really care for. So I said, here, you take this, see if it works for you, And for Christmas, he wanted a range bag and a couple of mag carriers.
Wow.
So I got those for him for Christmas. And I said, hey, you know what we need to do next year? We need to take a class at both of us be students. And I'm just going to go and be like, hey, here's the stuff. We're going to do all the things. And somebody else is going to teach you. And it doesn't have to be me. But I want to do that with my son this year. So
Wow. So do you have the class lined up?
Not yet. I'm not sure. There's a gentleman I've taken a class with, and I interviewed. His name is Ben DeWalt, And Ben's an amazing instructor. He's been going to Rangemaster Tom Givens. I think he's one of the few, if one of the only people that scored 100 on everything when he did the instructor stuff at for Rangemaster. So he's a really great guy to take classes with, and he travels all up and down the East Coast, doing classes in Massachusetts and New Hampshire and Pennsylvania, New York and Connecticut and everything. So I want to try to get into a class with him, but I want to make sure it's a good class that my son's going to be he'll find beneficial.
So what did he buy?
Yeah.
He bought. Let me tell. He doesn't listen to anything I do, so I'm speaking freely here.
Uh-oh.
So I bought
wait. Stop. We have any guesses as to what he bought that Charlie's not totally happy with? What do you think?
Smith & Wesson Shield.
Well, wait a minute. What car does he drive?
Yeah, there
My
you go.
son?
What kind of car does he drive?
My son's got a. I think it's just a Toyota Camry.
A Toyota Camry. Toyota
And
Camry.
Charlie, what
I had a good
do
price
you
for an
carry?
old
Is it you carry a 365, right, or no?
Me,
Carries a revolver.
I carry a J-frame, baby.
Yeah.
I carry a 637.
All right, here's my
637.
Here's my
good
guess.
choice.
Ready? You got it, Sam? You got any other questions for him?
Well, the fact that he says he's not happy with his son's choice makes me think it's got.
Oh, I know what he bought.
It's
I
gotta
know
be
exactly
Smartmatic.
what he bought.
I think I'm going with XD. What do you got?
Oh no,
What do you got,
no
Sam?
XD.
Sam,
Oh,
give your
no.
guess.
Well, you said you have similar guns. He obviously bought whatever Taurus's J-frame is.
Oh.
I wouldn't let him do that.
You bought a
Or
Taurus.
maybe a
It wasn't a
Ruger.
Taurus.
I bet he got an LCRX or something.
Taurus is
Because
getting better.
you
these
said
days, I
similar. You said similar.
What do you got?
but
Dakota, you
given
got a
that
guess?
he drives a Toyota Camry, that inclines me to lean toward Glock, but you said similar. You said it's similar to what you have.
think. Yeah, I don't have a guess for a revolver. If it's a semi-auto, I guess
It is a semi-auto that he has.
Okay, I'm gonna guess like a car or a high point.
Ooh, no.
Yeah.
No.
love
What do you
this.
got, Alicia?
Friends don't let friends buy High Point.
Yeah.
He said he wasn't happy with it.
I'm gonna go with the Hellcat.
Hellcat. All right, so we got a Hellcat, we got a car, we got an XD. What else do we got?
What was your choice?
How old is the car? The Toyota.
Oh God, I don't know. It's not too old,
10 years old, we'll say.
and I think it's less
Okay,
than 10 years.
Yeah, it could be a Hellcat then, actually.
All right, go ahead. What do you got? Reveal.
He got a Sig 365.
Why
Now-
is he disappointed?
Hold-
Really?
Uno
It's not the
momento.
California
Here's
version. He's fine.
Yeah.
it's.
You're
at least
disappointed. I never would have guessed that. What,
Let
why?
no,
Charlie
so
speak.
here's-
Let him
So
speak.
my son's like 6'1". He's kind of a tall guy. He's got big hands. I bought a 365 XL a couple weeks before that. And then he's like, I think I want to buy a handgun. I'm like, let's go to the range. We did some shooting. He went and got the regular 365, even though it was
Wow.
too small for his hand.
Mhm.
So I ended up finding the little pinky extenders. And I got to tell you, those are game changers. I really think so. I used to think they're ridiculous. They're game changers. So I got some pinky extenders for my 365 XL. I got some for his magazines, and it still was a little small. So here's what really I'm less than thrilled with. I got him a Wilson Combat 365 frame. I had to take it to a gunsmith to cut out the safety notches because the gun has a safety on it. Then I tried to, I'm not a very handy guy, so I tried to take out my fire control unit to put in the Wilson Combat just to see if I could do this, and something popped out and I couldn't get it back in.
Oh no.
So for about 3 weeks, I tried to put it back in and move whatever moved, and then something else moved, and I'm like, all right, I'm putting it in Tupperware, and I took it to a gunsmith, and I said I would never do this again. So I bought the 365, the Wilson Combat 365 XL, which is a bigger frame, and it doesn't use his short magazines for his regular 365. So I have his 365 frame and his 365 3 magazines. I gave him 3 of my XL magazines, so I'm down to 2 magazines. And if I would have just spent $100 to like say, okay, listen, I'll pay the difference between the 365 and the 365 XL, it would have been about $200 less than I put into this already. So I'm aggravated.
That's
I'm aggravated
way
because
deeper.
I know it
It
is.
was
It
way
was
deeper
such a dad
story.
answer. Too.
Yeah,
It was
I
such
never-
a bad thing.
I've spent about $300 on stuff to get my son to have a gun that's fits his hand better, when I could have just spent $100 when he bought it and said I'll I'll pay for the difference in this, because now I got to replace, three $50 magazines for me, and
Oh my gosh, Charlie.
I know
Well,
this is
That
ridiculous.
was such a
that's
Christmas
not an
saga.
uncommon thing. Maybe not that exact experience that you had, but having to get a gun and then having to dump a bunch more money into it to get it just the way you want it. Something that I used to tell customers back when I worked at the shop was, hey, I get paid by the hour, not by the gun. None of us make a commission here. However, and this is something I would say when a customer was going, oh, well, I really want that, but I should buy that other thing because it's cheaper, blah, 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 trying to talk themselves out of buying a gun. I would say, hey, you know what? It doesn't matter to my paycheck which one of these you buy, but I will say that if you buy the cheaper gun that you don't really want, instead of waiting a month or whatever and buying the gun you really want, or putting it on layaway or what have you, making that work for you, then you will be right back in here in 2 weeks or in 2 months or 3 months, and you'll buy that second gun, and you'll be asking about the trade-in value of the one you already bought, and I'm not going to be able to give you very much for it. So just wait, save up a little more, buy once, cry once. Get the gun you actually want, and don't try to talk yourself into liking something that you don't like.
Good advice.
Yes, I was thinking that I was trying to come up with that phrase: "Buy once, cry once," and I'm like, that's what he should have done. But be that as it may, I'm going to get some trigger time with my son this year.
Well, aesthetic people actually are like, oh, this is one. I want this gun because it looks cooler. Aesthetics is both the least important and most important thing about buying a gun, because it doesn't matter in any way. But if you don't buy the gun that you aesthetically want, you're going to be all right, fine. Get the cool one that you saw in the movie, that whatever, you got to do it. Otherwise, so I agree. I think that's good advice.
If you liked that segment, be sure to give us a like, a comment, and go to youtube.com/gunownersradio and subscribe to our channel. Be sure to share us with a friend. Every view counts.